everyone, welcome to Toy Break. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
And we have a special little treat today. We actually have a missing episode.
It's been gone for quite some time at this point.
It's been gone for a while, and we sincerely apologize because we didn't intend for this to happen. Randomly, footage just got moved around, and but we're glad to be able to bring it to you now, so please enjoy Toy Break, the lost episode. Hey everyone, welcome to Toy Break, episode 379. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
Brandon.
Brandon, thanks for taking time to take a Toy Break with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's tell you guys real quick in case you're wondering what Toy Break is. Toy Break is your weekly internet show featuring news and reviews about the wonderful world of toys, including but never limited to designer toys, vinyl things, action figures, collectibles, interviews, events, whatever we can get our hands on. In said world, that's what we aim to bring you. Let's start by thanking our site sponsors like Suburban Vinyl,
DKE Toys,
3 Coconut Monkey,
Modern Brick Warfare,
3D Retro,
and Tomonosuke.
Fantastic. I think I stole that tune.
I think you did.
Oops. Sorry. All right, so we have a guest, so I think we should get to our guest
Let's do it.
immediately.
Hey,
Guest?
guys.
Hello,
Brandon.
guest.
All right.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for talking toys.
It's our favorite thing to do. Are you kidding me? Thank you for talking toys.
Excellent.
All right, so toys. Why are you here? Do you do anything with toys?
I do. I own a small toy company called Beeline Creative.
Ah.
And I don't
BeelineCreative.com?
BeelineCreative.com.
Okay.
And yeah, I've have a long history of designing toys and working for other toy companies. And I branched off and started my own company in 2013. And we're here to promote some toys and show some stuff off and talk about toys.
Well,
So-
before we get to your stuff that you're currently doing, I want to tell them a little bit about, because I know a lot of our audience has collected one of your lines recently
Okay.
that you made at another company before you became Beeline Creative.
And
Gotcha.
or is always interested in how to get into the toy industry.
Sure.
Sure. And that would be Slug Zombies. And I know a lot of our audience knows what that is.
Yep.
Because we've shown it here on the show, and we were
Scary
fans of it,
little
we
ugly
collected.
guys.
Scary little ugly guys. This was a line of zombies that Jax Pacific made.
Yep.
And it was basically you and another guy, right?
Yeah, it was my brainchild, and I worked alongside a small team there was 3 of us.
Okay.
So I'll throw out some names. It was Eli Halpert, myself, and John Rauschelbach. And we came up with this line, inspired by Muscle, of course.
Right.
And went with the theme, which was hot at the time, which was zombies. And really had fun with it. And it was really just anything and everything that I grew up with is in that toy line. So we had knockoffs
That's
of
awesome.
Mr. T and, Danielson as the Croding Kid. And I mean, there was
Ash.
just so much fun stuff. And I came up with the names and the backstories. And yeah, we developed almost 100 characters.
Which
So-
one
It was-
were you?
I was in Wave 1.
Okay.
I was Brain Eating Brandon.
Okay.
So, and it was funny because a lot of people look at, if you don't recognize a celebrity in that line, then it's someone
one of
that
your
worked at Jack's, or it's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Or it's, my brother or whoever it is. Dan Brodzik, mutual friend of ours,
Yeah.
is, he was...
He was a painter in it,
He
right?
was a painter.
Yeah.
With one eye. Gosh, what was his name? It's coming back to me, but I'll think of it.
But
But
that
yeah,
made it through 4 series?
we did 4,
Plus
we
a
did
Christmas.
we did a Christmas
Christmas, right,
version,
that's right,
which
that's
was a
right.
lot of fun. And then we had designed. The plan was that we were going to release up to 100 characters. So we did waves 5 and 6, which never got released. Not sure where those are, but they're awesome. Those were really fun. And then we had the intent of moving forward with Slug Monsters and Slug Aliens. And we had, I think, maybe 12 to 24 of those designed as well. Wow. But it just never made the cut. And we had a good run with them. It was it's something that I really enjoyed making, and I'd love to, potentially bring it back. And I don't know. I'd have to talk to
your people.
Talk to some people about that. But it was a really fun line to do. And yeah, it was one of the coolest projects.
Do you
I
think
worked
now
on.
this is something that a lot of people don't know, the difference between like when they see a toy, they're just like, oh, it's always a toy. But like, there's a difference between like a collectible toy, like for a collector market, and like mass market toys.
Yep.
Do you think that the reason it didn't continue with Jax was it just wasn't mass market enough? Like it didn't translate, the numbers weren't selling as many as like, because for a collectible, I would imagine it probably sold plenty.
Yeah.
But for a mass market, it's kind of
that's the
target.
thing. Yeah, Jax isn't in the. I mean, they're a number 3 toy company.
Yeah, they're
in the
one
mass
of the biggest.
space.
Yeah.
So although the numbers did well for what it was, you know, guys like me, it would have been a home run, and
it would have been the biggest.
Like, oh wow,
hit,
this is great. But it was in Walgreens, and it was in Target, and it was in Toys R Us, and it did well. But I don't think it made it into a lot of the collector channels. Jax doesn't sell to a ton of specialty channels.
Right.
They're with the newer stuff they're doing, they are in more of the, you know, your Spencers and Hot Topics and places like that of the world. But yeah, I think
just numbers aren't.
I think
aren't
it's more.
enough.
It was more of a collect. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's more of a collectible, you know, collector line. So. Even though back in the day, Muscles was
huge.
You know, huge, and that was, but we were talking earlier off camera that they just don't make toys like that anymore. You know?
There's no.
We also had a much smaller selection.
Yeah.
Of toy. I mean, realistically, 30 years ago, we had far less to choose from. License-wise, we didn't have YouTube show toys to choose from. And I'm serious.
Yeah.
And like, we didn't have guys, there was a time before the internet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You couldn't just go online and buy literally exactly
you must
what
be really
wanted.
old. The internet's existed
know,
my
right?
whole life.
You couldn't just be like, I want this thing, 3D print it for me and send it to me right now.
It's crazy, but
well,
which
that's
is awesome.
That was an amazing line that you had something to do with. So.
I wish I would have brought. I mean, had I known we were going to talk about it, I would have brought some of the other figures that were non-released, and a few of them floating around. So.
Nice. And you've also did one of the lines that I collected, which is one of my favorites, which was the little tiny micro Smurfs.
Yep.
And I have all the little guys I could find when they were out. So
I think those. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, we designed up through wave 4 or 5, but I don't know if anything past 2 was released.
I know 1 and 2,
I know 1 and 2,
possibly
maybe
3.
Maybe
I think
3.
3 might have made it out.
I want to say it did, but I don't remember. But yeah, I was buying these like
you bought
anytime
the play
I saw
sets
them.
too, or the connectable pieces
Got
too.
the connectable
You bought
pieces.
almost. You didn't buy the beach, I don't think.
Beach was cool.
No, I did.
I thought
I
I
got
tried
it.
to
Beach
get
was
him buy
awesome.
it like 20 times.
I think because Beach had Smurfette, and I already had Smurfette.
Oh, is that why?
I think that's what it was. So I think the Beach might have been the only collectible set I didn't buy, but I got the one with the little, because the one guy had the little boat, and he was the little pirate,
Yeah.
so I got that
Yep.
one. Yeah, I definitely had.
That was an original too. The
Yeah,
pirate.
that was what was cool about the line.
This
is it
guy
wasn't
was an
just like-
original. I think we called him, I don't know, Johnny Sailor Smurf. Who knows? But
It was so cool to see like a property that done in a different way. Like it wasn't just someone like, I got to do the same thing again. Here's the same.
yeah, it was a.
Like it was a new take on a Smurf. It was a whole. I don't know. I like the idea behind it. I liked everything about
You
it.
like the
style was
articulation on those? Huh?
Sure, look at that.
Yeah. All right.
360 degrees of articulation.
It's supposed to be 180. Actually.
I think it is actually
Yeah.
180. It stops.
It's been a while, but
It does stop 180.
yeah, that was a really fun line, and it was cool to experiment with the different styling. And we did the eyes, you know, a number of different ways with the original white eyes, and then when we simplified it to just the black pupils, I thought it created its own type of you know thing. So it was cool.
That must have been fun in the design process.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, and we did so many cool play sets and world. I mean, I remember in my office I had, I think it was 6 feet by 6 feet of just green tiles and bricks and Gargamel's castle and windmills and bridges, and we did a crane that never came out where these guys would go inside the flying crane from the opening scene.
What?
I love the Smurfs as a kid, so
that's
still
so
like the
cool.
Smurfs, but yeah, the classic stuff was fun for me to work on, you know, compared to the movie stuff. So
Yeah.
the movie is what it is, and it did its thing, but the classic stuff's what I.
At least it's not as bad as Gem.
Yes.
So, there's that.
There you go. There's that.
At least there's that.
Yeah.
And
That's,
the holograms.
That is so bad. That got pulled already, right?
yeah. That's.
Did
what
you
it
actually
is.
see it?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
God, no.
Oh man.
You kidding? I had enough of my childhood ruined already by major movie corporations.
Surprise! This show is all about Gem and the Holograms, right?
Hey, I almost went to. There's a Gem Con.
There is.
There's.
But that's not why
But
we're
I
here.
missed it. And we're not here for that.
Should we? We're not talking about GemCon.
But I want to.
Now, before we get into bringing out stuff to review of your stuff,
Okay.
should we get into like Blind Box and then just go all into reviews? Or do we bring
I
out
kinda wanna
something
see what
first?
Brandon's been working
Let's bring
on.
out some
Let's
stuff.
open
then.
up some stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's open up some stuff.
Right into it.
So
We're here
this
to
is
talk
our.
toys.
This is this in?
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah. You're good.
This is our second line of 13-inch talking figures, and it's for Pulp Fiction.
Wait, you guys may not. Maybe you remember his first line we had on the show.
Yeah, we did. And
It
actually,
didn't go well, that review.
Did it not?
Unfortunately, yeah.
We actually had the and then we had the figure on the 24-hour toy break, and it raised
I
money.
remember
It raised
liking
money
it.
for Toy Break.
Oh, awesome.
What
Awesome.
Did he?
We
did,
we
did
had
he not
a.
like
Did I
it?
say shit
Well, we
about
had
it?
our. The problem was, I think you guys got an older figure where the batteries were bad.
Oh, but that's
And
not your
so-
fault. But
But you learn things through all these things. So I want to say that we've made improvements to this one.
Nice.
Excellent.
So we're actually using a brand name battery, LR44 batteries, it says all the movie quotes, the famous movie quotes. There's no filters on it. It's the first product for Pulp Fiction that has the likeness rights of the talent.
Nice.
Oh man.
And take a look, open it up, have fun.
This is one of my favorite all-time movies.
You'll notice it's got "Try Me, Motherfucker" packaging.
I was gonna say. I was gonna notice that it does say "motherfucker" right on.
I think is a first.
You know, I've had that wallet since like this movie came out.
Even
Thank
I think what was it, Mezco that did the Hit Girl
man.
2, and they even
Yeah, they
changed, it
changed
to
the
Mother
title.
Effer or something.
Yeah.
It said Mother.
Well, it wasn't even
No,
called.
it
It,
just
was
said-
called H. It wasn't called Hit Girl. Right?
Well, it was
they changed
Hit
the.
Girl, and then the one character, what was his name? Like, wasn't it Motherfucker or something like that? And I think they just said MFer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It just
Yeah.
said MF. They had a Comic-Con exclusive that said it,
Yep.
and then the one that came out in stores just said MFer, so they didn't have to deal with it.
So I'm guessing you've been a fan.
Yeah,
Of,
I'm a
Pulp
huge fan
Fiction.
of Pulp Fiction.
Is it okay to untwist tie?
Yeah,
everything?
untwist it.
Oh man, this
So
is
there's
like
a
the
swi-
longest tied
I
twist
know.
tie ever.
At
Keep
least
talking. I'll
at
be
least
back in
it's
10
a
minutes.
soft twist tie.
So that's another improvement. We didn't have the twist ties for Anchorman. So what would happen is
Let the nose get
the
rubbed.
nose would get a little rub in the packaging. So these are the types of things that you learn these
As you
things
go.
as you go, and you make some adjustments, and you try to develop and improve your product
Definitely.
each time.
Break your concentration,
Oh, that sounds
and
perfect.
I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
He's
And
not
you
done
will
yet.
know my name is
It's
the
a
Lord,
long bit of
and
audio.
I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Yeah, and the guns work really nice in their hands once you get them in there.
Oh man, he's got a butt tie too.
He's got, they're all. He's got the suitcase that doesn't open.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
no,
Sorry,
you
I know
can't
that's
know
the
what's
question,
inside.
right? Yeah, you can't know what's inside. Comes with the bad motherfucker wallet.
The question is, do you know what's inside?
That question's been going around for years. You
I
know,
kinda still
is it
like
his
that.
soul? Is it?
I like that there's still an interest in that.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is a little
That's
tough to
awesome.
get it in there, but at
You
least
know what,
you
though?
see it.
I love when a company puts the finger separate so that you can put it in the trigger hole.
Yeah.
Like, that's important to me. in a gun.
Otherwise, well, yeah, half the time you see them where this isn't even there, and it's just this
Yeah.
slides in.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually really nice, and that holds it really well.
Look at this John Travolta face. It's awesome.
Yeah, these are really good.
So that's the first little bit of history here.
Yes,
that's the
please.
first product that John Travolta has ever approved likeness for. Whether it's Pulp Fiction, Grease, anything.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool, yeah.
How did
Thanks,
he do-
John, if you're watching Toy Break.
He's
you.
a huge fan. I know he watches every week, so
All right.
he'll see
Wait,
it.
we need to.
So there's I don't know if there's a try
You
me.
can walk into a movie theater in Amsterdam and buy a beer. And I don't mean just like a little paper cup. I'm talking about a glass of beer. And in Paris, you can buy a beer in McDonald's. And you know what they call a
This is
quarter
really
pounder
loud.
with cheese in Paris?
You gotta follow up.
They got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
So there's a switch on the Try Me. It only
that's
goes through
awesome.
3 audio clips, and then if you so that certain
Of
retailers
course.
don't hear the F-bombs. I think Jules says the F word 3 or 13
different-
times. Something
Really?
like that. Yeah, it's insane. It's on the side underneath their arm is a switch, so you could actually do it.
Oh,
on
you just
here.
feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Oh, I found
Oh,
the.
I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
This goes to up.
All right, well, you can walk into a movie theater and have some
Too many doors.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Touching his wife's feet and sticking your tongue in the holiest of holies ain't the same fucking ballpark. It ain't the same league. It ain't even the same fucking sport. But foot massages don't mean shit.
I really think this
Wow.
might be the most offensive line of action figures ever made.
Not the Django Unchained.
Well, those didn't talk.
They didn't talk, and they
That's
weren't
true.
really
So-
offensive,
They
except for
weren't.
people
I mean,
when...
It's a
either.
period piece. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it was. I know the names.
Either way, Quentin Tarantino apparently most offensive. Awesome.
These are really fun. Like the faces are really cool. Like I don't know. There's a lot of times when stuff comes out and you're just like, and I know that they're a little bit stylized, like
Yep.
a little
Well,
caricature
it's a
of them,
13-inch
but like
figure.
they really look good. Like they look.
Well, they're actual scans. So we used actual scans of Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis, who I've got, and John was created from scratch, and Quentin Tarantino, we got the Jimmy figure, everybody,
Wow, look at that.
was created from scratch.
He
So
buys
they're
the good
they're
coffee.
pretty dead on. Yeah, obviously we're not trying to compete with Hot Toys or Sideshow,
No, it's
but
a
we're
different
trying
type of figure.
we're trying to do a nice figure at a reasonable price point for people that don't have the $250.
Which really, how many of us have $250?
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh no.
Slippers and coffee.
Another
everywhere.
fun fact: those slippers were featured in the Anchorman 13-inch pool party outfit.
Nice.
So
This is so exciting. All right, so who all is in the first lineup?
these are the first 3,
Okay.
Series 1. So Quentin is
Interesting.
Jimmy Dimmick.
Interesting choice. I mean,
Yeah.
these two are obvious.
Those 2 are obvious, and
I don't think he was the obvious third choice. I think the third choice could have been up for.
Well, I was talking to George about this prior to
Yeah.
to rolling the cameras, and Quentin Tarantino saw the figures. He loved the concept, and
He wanted more of it.
he wanted to be in it.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
And
why wouldn't you want to be?
In order to move forward,
Oh, he's staring at me.
you don't tell Quentin Tarantino that you can't make his figure.
You're like,
basically.
sorry, you're in wave 2, buddy.
Yeah. And surprisingly, there's a lot of Jimmy Dimmick fans out there.
Oh no,
so-
no, totally. It's just I think there's so many strong characters in that film.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me to choose a third.
Yep.
Like, would it be Uma Thurman? Would it be the Wolf? Who's it gonna be?
I mean, I kind of want all of them now. After seeing them,
That's the
like
thing.
how good they look. Like
Knock it off, Chewie. Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
you know what's awesome if you get
Hit the switch and he says the coffee stuff.
If
and
you
all
get
love
him
that.
and him, and you switch their outfits, you can
Oh, yeah.
get Quentin going to the premiere of a movie.
that. Yeah, exactly. Or Quint or Mr. Blonde.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yes.
I'll let you hit the switch since I wasn't able to find it.
Oh, thank you.
Knock it off, Chewie. I don't want you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it. I know how good it is. Bonnie goes shopping, she buys shit. I buy the gourmet expensive stuff because when I drink it, I want to taste it. But you know what's on my mind right now? It ain't the coffee in my kitchen.
I edited that line just a little bit.
Okay.
That was the one line I had to edit a little bit, but
Don't you fucking realize, man, that if Bonnie comes home
That's fair.
and finds a dead
Yeah.
body in her house, I'm gonna get divorced. You know marriage counts, no trial separation. I'm gonna get fucking divorced.
These are the longest sound clips
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever heard on
Yeah.
a toy.
But
Like,
they're
it's-
the
it's
actual
legit.
sound clips.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it
it's the
doesn't
actual
sound like
sound
you're
clips.
listening to it through a drive-through fast food speaker.
yeah, they were pulled directly from the film, and so there are. I mean, obviously this movie's from 1994, so
Oh,
there
geez.
are areas where if you hear Jimmy, he says they look like a couple of dorks.
Yeah.
You hear Harvey Keitel's character, the wolf, laughing in the
Laughing in the
background,
back, yeah.
but that's the way it is. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the. I think there's some charm to it. So for all those people that get this and like, what was that Harvey Keitel laughing in the background? Yes,
Yes, it was.
So.
And you'll need to buy the Harvey Keitel figure so you can have him in the background
Oh,
laughing.
Wolf, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we are
Ah, Butch.
Series 2, and this is still a model. We haven't gone into tooling has just started, but
Oh, man.
there's our Butch Coolidge figure.
That's a really good likeness.
That's
too.
a
Yeah,
good.
we had a scan,
Is this a
digital
scan of
that we
him?
worked
Okay.
on.
That's nice.
Yeah, get it in there. Show it in there.
That's holy cow.
And then he comes with his katana sword, and
Of course.
Dan painted all these
Good job, Dan.
models. He did an awesome job. Floating Eye Studios out there.
For all of your painting and 3D output needs.
Yeah. He's all great.
These shoes came out great too.
Yeah, the shoes look great.
I mean, everything does. So obviously, as I think you've noticed, real clothes
Yep.
on everything, which that's got to be fun to work with.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The toughest thing about a toy
What's it
line like
about?
this, and we do 8-inch figures too, the retro stuff from time to time, but the clothes cost more than you figure at the end of the day. It's like you spend so much money on the materials and the MOQs and things like that. They think, we had to, we don't have his leather jacket, obviously. There's certain things that you have to remove in order to hit the price points that
Well,
you
that's
need
what I was
to
going to
hit.
ask. I was going to say, so Jules and Vern, like it's pretty iconic. Like that, you want to put them in that.
Yep.
Or the dork clothes, It's one or the other.
And
How do you choose each one? Like, how did you choose that one for Butch? Or like, this
well,
is
that's pretty much as we wanted to do the blood
very iconic, the most iconic
variant,
one from them.
obviously. That's pretty much, he wore a robe, the boxing scene. That's his most iconic part in the movie. And then the audio quotes, this one has the quotes too.
Oh, there is.
Something from American, honey. Her name's on me shit. She of all the fucking things she could fucking forget, she forgets my father's watch!
And I forgot his watch. He does have a gold watch.
Specifically reminder, bedside table, on the kangaroo. Said the words, don't forget my father's watch. That's how you gonna beat him, Butch. You keep underestimating you. Underestimate, big boy, huh? That's pride fucking with you, see. It's not a motorcycle, baby, it's a chopper. Come on.
That's what people know.
I'm sorry, baby, I had to crash that Honda.
I was actually surprised we could use a lot of the Honda, McDonald's.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Honey,
They didn't
since
say
I met
anything.
you, this has been without a doubt the single weirdest fucking day of my life. Dad's dead, baby.
So it was fun, and we are hopefully there's another figure for Wave 2 currently in the hands of Quentin Tarantino that
yeah?
we're hoping to get approval on, and that would be Winston Wolfe. So we're excited about that one.
Interesting. Everybody except Uma Thurman so far.
Well, yeah, if
That's because let me just guess. There's a male body tooled
well.
already.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You'd have to
Good-
tool a
good-
whole
good
new
question.
body for a female.
That's a good point.
whole new body
point.
for a female, and as you guys know, it's a big undertaking, and we want to have the support out there of at least the first series.
Yeah,
And
see
then
how it goes.
A lot of people have asked for it, so we definitely, we hope that we have the opportunity to do Uma. We'd
So if
love
these
to.
go well, you'll
Yeah, if
keep
these
going.
do well, we get it. If retail, we've got a lot of retailers carrying them. And if they do well with Series 1 and hopefully Series 2, then we'll do Uma and hopefully other
all the
female
way back
characters.
to Christopher Walken.
So get out there, support these. If you want to see an Uma figure, get out there and buy these so that they can get to that part.
Exactly.
Because then you could go back to Anchorman and you can do the Christina Applegate and like.
Oh.
You probably wouldn't go back to Anchorman. But
So many
it
options.
was a fun
though.
line. It was a
So
fun line
many-
to work on. The tough thing with Anchorman was that we had the approval for the other characters after the fact. So we had a great run with Ron Burgundy, and then when I finally had the rights to do the other guys, it was, you kind of missed
It was
the
too late.
window,
Yeah.
you know? And it was such a great, I won't say the movie was, the first movie I loved.
Right.
I loved the advertising and the promotion behind Anchorman, which really helped us sell our figures.
Yeah.
But then once the movie came out, it fizzled away like anything else. You usually get a 6-week window for any type of movie property like that. So we had a decent run, but it wasn't nowhere. If we were able to sell them all at the same time, it would have been a bigger
Definitely.
hit for us. So
Yeah, so sometimes you're asking, where are the toys? Why didn't they make toys of this? That it just doesn't always work out.
the behind the
back
scenes, yeah.
It's surprising how often that happens.
It happens quite a bit, and this happens with small companies like myself, and with
Scared the crap out
with
of
larger companies too. So it's
me. Absolutely.
It all depends.
Well, you know what? I think this property, I mean, yeah, I'm a huge fan of it myself, but like, I think it's strong enough that it still has such a cult following that I think these are going to do really well.
It does. It's got a much bigger cult following than Anchorman did.
Not that there's anything wrong with Anchorman.
Yeah.
I think just pure numbers.
It's been
I think
around for
this
20
has.
years.
Yeah.
Just hit its 20th anniversary.
Oh, jeez.
I know, 1994. And it's got support. I mean, we're selling it to Japan. We're in Australia. We're in New Zealand. We're in UK. So there's a lot of support internationally for it too, which is great.
And it sounds like a lot of support on the back end from the creators.
Yes.
of the property.
Miramax is awesome.
Yeah.
They're one of the coolest licensors I've worked with. Quentin Tarantino's group. When Quentin Tarantino saw these figures, he approved them overnight, literally.
Wow.
Which was great.
That's rare.
Thank you, Quentin, if you're watching.
He is also a big fan. I think sometimes him and John Travolta get together and watch the show together.
In their robes.
Yeah, they love to just put on a toy break, kick back. They put it on their big screen.
Yeah.
What if that actually happened?
Now we just need Sam Jackson to do a tweet about.
I heard
Toy
he hates Toy Break. I heard he's not a fan.
He's actually. We're hoping. So we just sent him some figures. He's been clamoring about it. Clamoring a word?
Sure. It is a word.
He's
Clamoring for it.
been bugging Miramax to send him the figures.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we just sent him a couple last week, and we're going to send him another couple cases now that we get
Now
them.
that you have 'em,
Yeah,
man.
now that we have them. So.
That's awesome.
So hopefully they'll pop up on his.
So if you're friends with him, he's probably giving you one for Christmas.
yeah, definitely.
Spoiler alert.
And he's definitely the. He's the big one for. I don't know what to edit, whatever.
I mean, he's probably been in he's been in a million movies, so you can buy that and pretend he's from.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
kit
you know.
bashing.
Yeah,
with
right?
Coming
these
to America.
figures.
Yeah, that's the
You know, was that his first movie?
That's the first thing I would jump to.
Right?
I mean, Coming to
Well, you
America.
guys don't think
Name
of that
it.
way?
What was the name of the burger shop?
Oh, it was
3,
Mac
2.
Donald's.
McDowell's.
No, McDowell's.
McDowell's.
I was gonna say you should know this.
And
You
who,
Sorry.
watched
who
the
was
movie
the
500
owner of
times.
McDowell's?
Oh, what was his name? The girl's dad.
John Amos? Good time.
Oh, his real
yeah,
name?
yeah.
Oh,
He's a
I don't
popular
remember.
Actor. I don't know. I'm
Real actor
aging
names.
myself. Yeah,
I can sing you Soul Glow if you want.
it was great. It was a great movie.
That's
Yeah.
an amazing movie.
Let me do a 13-inch Coming to America figure. I'll sell like 3 of them.
Yeah,
One,
one,
two.
2, 3.
No, OG will buy.
Oh yeah, OG will buy the other one.
Yeah. But that's a solid piece of plastic, right?
You know,
It's pretty cool, and it almost feels like there's something inside. Like you can.
It's got the gold bricks in there, or the
There's-
soul, or yeah.
I feel like
so
there's
it's-
something in there. I can
sorry,
feel it.
total side note for Coming to America.
Uh-huh.
I was on Netflix the other day, and I, just out of curiosity, I clicked on romantic movies, and Coming to America popped up. And I was like,
Really?
Is that a romantic movie?
movies?
I,
I mean, it kind of gets it. But that was a comedy, not
The hot tub
romantic
scene.
movie.
That was
It's romantic.
that was a great movie.
Yeah, it is. But possibly not as great as Pulp Fiction,
I gotta
which
say,
you can now buy dolls for.
I think these are even better than the Anchorman ones. Like these are like, you've definitely like if that was your first try and you're improving from there, you've definitely improved the figures from there.
Yeah, that was our first. Well, and the Anchorman was a lot more. It had more of the gimmick. We essentially it was a Steve Austin 13-inch
Right.
Bionic Man. Yeah, we've
That was one of the things you had to keep the sunglasses on to make it like.
Yeah, and good
make
thing
it
I put the sunglasses
an
because it was
Anchorman
kind
thing.
of. I know a lot of people were like, "Why is he missing an eye?" So
Didn't get the gimmick.
yeah, didn't get the
It's a
gimmick.
certain demographic for that one.
Yeah. Just a little fun fact about that. We were originally doing an 8-inch line of figures, and Will Ferrell asked us to put. He's like, "Can I have a bionic eye in my figure?"
It's amazing.
And it's Will Ferrell. What are you gonna say? You
like,
have to
"Yeah,
say, "Yeah,
Mr.
okay."
Ferrell,
But
you can
then,
have a bionic eye.
in order to have a bionic eye, it needed to be 13 inches. So for all the people out there that are wondering why these are 13 inches and not 12 inches, 1/6 scale, then
It's
that's
Will
why.
Ferrell's
Because we were
fault.
trying to do that.
Will Ferrell's fault. Blame Will Ferrell.
Yeah, we were trying to be exactly like the original Steve Austin figure that was done back in the 70s.
Right.
And we replicated a similar body, and now we use that body for, our other figures. So with the speaking
But I think
component.
it's a cool
and-
scale.
Great scale, and it
Yeah.
actually needed to be a little bit bigger so that we could include the IC and the speaker
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. So, yeah, it was fun.
Very cool. Well, I think you did a great job on these.
Thank you. Thank you guys very
I
much.
think these are coming out fantastic. I can't wait to see these on shelves, and I can't wait for you guys to buy so many that we get like a ton more.
Do you guys want to see another little line that we're coming out with?
Yes.
Of course.
The answer is always yes.
So
to
these are coming out in spring next year to coincide with Series 2 Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
We've got the rights to do Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction,
Oh, wow.
and there's a couple other licensed properties that we should be able to talk about in the near future.
Ooh.
But,
Nice.
Ooh.
Kill Bill in big figure too, or
no, not at this point, but these are called threadheads. So
look at this. Feel this.
these are the first
Oh,
four
oh.
that we've got. They're really interesting because we put plastic stiffeners in the feet so that we call them, they're stylized standing plush essentially.
I love that they stand.
Yeah, so it's more of a collectible.
What made you come up with this?
It was just, there's a lot of plush stuffed animals. I say stuffed animals, but there's a lot of plush out there that it just sits,
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong
Just
with
rolls
this.
around.
It just rolls around or it sits in a corner, and we wanted to do something that could potentially you could display along with
On
your
a
action
shelf.
figures on a
Yeah.
shelf and collect and cuddle and all that fun stuff. And these,
I love his little felt gun.
we've done a number of these, which are just, they're very stylized. This is my favorite. This is actually Quentin Tarantino's favorite too, was this one. So
This is so
Winston
perfect.
Wolfe,
He's got a little felt coffee mug.
it's out of coffee.
I can't even
Yeah,
look
he
at
needs
it.
some more coffee.
I can't even look at it.
I mean, the
It's too cute.
details of the coffee cup,
It's so-
it's exact. That's what he had in the movie.
The
This
two
is what he
rings,
had in the
yeah.
movie.
Wow.
So these are just a fun. This was a fun line that we did, and it's very caricature, but it, resembles the actors, and we had a lot of fun with it. So these will be out in
These are
spring.
going to be a great price point, I bet.
Yeah, we're shooting for around $9.99, $12.99 price
Fantastic.
point. Yep.
That's fantastic.
That's hilarious.
How can you not want all of them?
Yeah, I should have brought Kill Bill. We did. They're on my website. But we have like O-Ren, Ishii with their head chopped off.
I saw
Yeah?
that on your
Yeah,
site.
yeah, we have that. There's a whole bunch of them that we're working on, and there's a lot that if it takes off, maybe we'll do account exclusives, or we'll do
Yeah.
exclusives with like your Entertainment Earths and people like that out there.
So are these will be spring 2016 as well?
Those will be spring along with Butch and
Okay.
hopefully, the Wolf.
And people can follow all of this at
BeelineCreative.com.
fantastic. Are you on Twitter and Facebook, all that?
We do have a Twitter account. We have an Instagram account, Facebook, and
Sounds like you don't use them all that often.
we use,
but that
we
makes
use
sense.
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And I think we've got 2 Twitter followers out there. Just kidding. We don't use Twitter that much,
Hi to
but
them.
you could find we're on all that stuff.
I bet you can get links to all of that at BeelineCreative.com.
Yeah, you can.
Fantastic.
It's all on there.
See how
So,
easy it is, everyone? These are so cool.
I know.
You have so much stuff coming out.
When these two come out, you have to send them to Kevin Smith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
hates.
Man,
hates
the
this
podcast for those. Did
Yeah.
you listen to all the behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff?
Just to see what he says when he opens it up and be like,
It's kind of messed up.
I know it's
That's kind of messed up. Why would you say that?
bring him to Hollywood Babylon and show them.
Throw
to them.
'em?
Yeah,
Where
throw
is
them up on
Hollywood
stage.
Babylon now?
They do them.
It was at the Lovitz
John
Theater.
Lovitz, yeah.
They're out of that, and I think they do them at the Improv, and then like here at the Improv, and then sometimes they do them in like what's south of here. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Look it up.
Look it up.
It's a good show.
Nice.
They
I like
travel.
Kevin
They
Smith.
travel around.
Yeah. Very cool.
These are. I can't even pick a. I mean, I guess Wolf's probably my favorite of these two.
Right? He just has that
Yeah.
look. I like these. These two are actually my favorites, but we're gonna go out with the main guys
Of course. I
first
mean,
and-
yeah.
and kind of go from there. And we do have a Mia figure somewhere.
Excellent.
So
Oh, you guys, you need these.
This looks so good.
I don't
this
know. I
was
think they did a Mr. Blonde. Who did that back in the day? Remember when they did Reservoir Dogs? Was it NECA?
NECA.
No,
Ne-
it was Mezco.
It was Mezco?
Mezco did a
Mezco
line.
did those?
Well, they did action figures.
Yeah.
That was Mezco. I did the
Oh, yeah,
accessories.
that's right.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in the day, it was a very small industry. It still kind of is a small industry.
Yeah.
That was with Sandy Colora.
Ah.
That's how I did those through him.
I just
of the
finally met him, Mez, recently. We hadn't met face to face, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, cool dude. They do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Man, look at that face. This one was scratch?
That was from scratch, yeah.
That's a good.
As far as I
That's
know, because he's not. I don't know what else. Yeah, I guess outside of Reservoir Dogs, that was it for him in terms of figures. But those were 6-inch, right? If I remember.
I think so, yeah.
But
This is awesome. This is an amazing thing.
I'm
is a
glad you
great
guys like
lineup.
them. Yeah, it's cool.
So this is all you're doing. I mean, this is obviously keeping you really busy. So you couldn't
I got
possibly have
Star
time
Wars
for any...
stuff over here.
What?
Yeah. Get this stuff out of here. Just kidding.
I would be hard pressed to say what I like more, Star Wars or Pulp Fiction.
Well,
It's a different consumer.
It's
What's
a
what
different-
we're
very
doing,
different
so,
thing, yeah.
But I like both so
well,
much.
let's
Yeah,
look
obviously, I'm not showing you action figures for Star Wars. We can't compete with Hasbro. But
Who can?
Let's see what you got Star Wars wise.
So we've partnered with our friends at.
Oh,
you guys
man.
know Underground Toys?
Uh-huh.
So we partnered with our friends at Underground Toys to develop a line of signature steins for Star Wars. Here's one out of the package here.
Oh, perfect. Look at him. Look at this little Darth Vader.
I don't know if you guys know. See
You
this
don't know the
here.
power of the Dark Stein.
Oh no.
That's awesome.
May the froth be with you. I could go on.
You've been
and
doing
on.
this all
I've
day,
been-
haven't you?
I could go on and on.
There's a Boba Fett.
Now I know what Brandon's doing with his free time.
There's a Boba Fett.
I've got Boba right here.
Good look at it.
And these are out now. These are actually
Oh, they are?
Yeah, these are everywhere. They just came out. We just shipped another
Oh
order
my
of
God.
them. So it's a traditional German stein, only we did a figural component to it.
That's a good Boba Fett.
Yeah, it turned out really cool,
Yeah,
right?
like all the
it's
little-
all ceramic with pewter parts.
Details.
$50 retail, and you could find these Amazon, Hammerker and Schlemmer, ThinkGeek.
Everywhere you want to
There's
be.
there's a number of retailers that are supporting them. Hot Topic has them.
Is it heavy?
It's
feeling
really
steins?
heavy when you
Stein-
put a
when you put a beer
when
in
you
it.
put
yeah.
a beer in it. Now
You
those
totally want that, don't
those
you?
hold 22 ounces of beer,
Cow.
but
Oh, that's a good weight.
R2 holds 32.
That's why R2's the best.
R2 Beer 2 for all you fans out there.
Beer 2D2 could go either way.
Yeah.
I like R2 so much.
And then my personal favorite, which
Oh no, he's not on the box.
yeah, oh no, yeah, that's
not on
right.
this
We did
box,
yeah, we didn't put him on the box.
Why?
Because we only did a limited amount to start.
Oh, he looks great.
So here's our Chewbacca.
Look at that face.
I love his hair. Oh, I love all the gradation in his fur.
I like
Yeah.
the way it sits down over the neck too. It's fun.
It's a very fun line, and there's really nothing. We wanted to do something that was fun, unique, and functional, and that's exactly what this product is. So
And
it's,
also collectible. Like, even if you didn't want
Yeah.
to drink out of this, you
Oh, yeah,
put
it
this
looks good on a
in your
shelf
kitchen and
and-
it looks awesome.
yeah.
Or in
So
your
it's
man
a-
cave.
It was a big learning process for a guy coming from plastic
Toys.
and action figures and toys.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can imagine.
I still put this in the same
Collectible?
collectible type category because it's a fun, unique. We always wanted, at least with Beeline, we just want to make cool stuff. And so when we came up
a
with
good
this
goal.
idea, and got Lucas's sign off to actually manufacture it and work with Underground Toys and distribute it and get into all these stores, it's been a fun ride. And we're working on concepts now for C-3PO and Stormtrooper, and we've got so it's a fun one.
Very cool. I'm so excited about these. They really look great.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I'm not like a Stein collector, but I think just as a
You
Star
put
Wars
cocoa in them.
Oh, no, yeah, you can put whatever you want in them.
You don't have to be a beer drinker.
32
too.
ounces of coffee
I mean,
in the
we
morning.
know we know Scott's gonna need one of this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come
Are
on.
you kidding me? Heck yeah.
And we debuted these. Underground had a booth at Celebration, so we air-shipped a small number of them so that we could let the fans see them and start purchasing them.
It's amazing how much I missed at Celebration. There's just
you
too
guys
much
go?
to see. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
at
were
that.
actually
He's
there
got a different-
Thursday, and then George
So
got
that's-
deathly ill. on Friday.
Oh, really?
So we didn't go back.
Yeah, we didn't go back. I got
Oh,
something
man.
happened.
So-
I got sick that whole weekend.
It's bad.
Really?
Yeah, like
Something
But Thursday was
you
awesome.
ate out there?
shaking,
It was
like-
all those food trucks out front?
No, I didn't eat any of that.
Really?
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Just bad times.
Just so excited about Star Wars.
So what was what's the
So
thing?
this is another one of those things where people like this kind of stuff, right? Learning
Yeah.
about this stuff.
The technical
The
stuff.
technical stuff. So originally, when I came up with this line, I wanted it to be a signature line of, so it's signature steins, and it goes across. We're doing these for Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, Vikings, and we've got a couple other licenses that I'm working on as well, both with Underground and with Beeline.
Very cool.
So we wanted to have a very signature look to it, and so this, if I don't know if you could see that, but it's a stein icon.
Stein.
Yeah,
it's the
on
logo that's on the
right here.
box.
Yeah.
But then once we started making these, then we really realized it wasn't as functional as a traditional thumb lift. So although these are more of your traditional, and I wanted to do something a little more specialized, you learn, we were at Celebration talking with people, and that was one of the things, you kind of have to reach for it too much. So we went back, and so for all the newer ones, we've improved the thumb lift, so it's more of your standard thumb lift.
So that means these are more collectible.
Yeah, we only made a small run. I don't know exactly the number, but there are a handful of these out there.
I love that you go to shows and you actually talk to people to get feedback.
Yeah, it's
about
really
this kind of
important, and
stuff.
you learn these things, and you improve.
Benefit of being a small company making these kind of products and working with licenses, like it is.
Yeah, and
you
we're
know?
still fine tuning them, but the new ones are on the water right now, and they'll be hitting stores before Christmas. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's exciting.
You guys could have these in your hands.
Yeah, these are at ThinkGeek. They're everywhere. I mean, if you Google them, yeah, you're gonna see them everywhere. So
Fantastic. What are you doing?
Just feeling a little
Little fur?
sculpted head.
He's so
have you ever
he might
worked
be
with
the-
ceramics?
Only in high school when I was in ceramics class. I never made a product from ceramic.
So
no.
it's such
I
a
don't wanna do
learning
that.
experience, man.
I have no interest in doing that.
Either did I until I started doing it, and then it's. I don't want to say it's primitive, but it's just a different world.
Yeah.
The tooling process, the shrink rates, because these are so detailed
less
to where
shrink?
it's a little bit more,
Really?
I think.
Oh, interesting.
But you
I would've
do
expected
you have to
less.
paint them a completely different color, because when
Right,
they
and
go
then
through,
it bakes.
Oh,
and then it
right,
bakes,
right.
and then you do the gloss, and then you do the these are all water decals on top, and then gloss goes on top of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why.
That's why you can get the nice detail.
That's why we've
like
got
that.
really good detail with Boba Fett. His eyes
thing.
and mouth are water details. The strap, the chest plate on Darth Vader.
Interesting.
So
do
there's
you-
little things like that.
Did you have to do like a crazy number of test runs on the paint just to get the right
Yeah.
combination? I would
Yeah.
imagine. I mean, toys you have to do a certain number.
This
but you can
product
kinda get
line,
it down.
I've been working on this product line for about 2 years now.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just started hitting the shelves.
Wow.
So, and I'm happy. I mean, it took a while to get here, but it's exciting. It's a
Labor of love.
labor of love, and it's this product line was actually inspired. If people like to hear this stuff, I don't know. So when I was a kid,
They have no choice.
yeah, they have no
We're gonna,
choice.
we're gonna say it, and they're gonna either listen or turn it off.
When I was a kid for Christmas one year, I wanted this. I used to go to these cutlery shops in the mall. You go to
Yeah,
the toy
yeah.
stores, and then you go to the cutlery shops because they
Yeah,
have
that's what
like
you do.
knives and beer steins and whatever. And they had this Budman. You remember Budman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had this Budman beer stein, which was very much like this. I mean, it was a head that opened back. It was this portly. Didn't have the details like this.
Right.
But I had this thing for years and years and years, and I had it in storage for like, I don't know, 15 years, right? And I was going through my storage unit, getting rid of all this stuff, and I was like, man, how come no one's ever like done a licensed version of a beer stein? And I know why now, because it's one of the hardest products I've ever manufactured.
Isn't that
but-
crazy?
But it's I was inspired by that Budman beer mug that was done back in 1989,
That's
88,
hilarious.
89. Yeah.
I like that you didn't give up though. You were like, I'm making these.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
it's,
do it.
it was it was interesting.
It's
so.
I can imagine it would be hard to figure out the line of the sculpting detail where it's still going to look like what it's supposed to look like, but it's going to work as a ceramic.
Yeah.
Because like, there's not. I mean, obviously with like a mouth, like with the mouth and stuff, you can't just sculpt it like it would normally look. You can't.
Yeah,
pull that
you got to
out of
have
ceramic.
lower relief on certain things.
Yeah, but I mean, it still looks like it looks good.
Yeah,
you know,
and we
from
were
the
very.
front.
I mean, we came very close to like Vader's. I mean, obviously, with the material, you're limited in certain aspects, like you're talking about, but they're very reminiscent of the characters. They're the fact that Lucas was open to us giving our own interpretation. Like these were approved with very little changes, which was
That's cool.
awesome.
That's fantastic.
So we were very excited about that. I think Boba Fett was the one that we worked the hardest to just get the helmet right, and you know, all the little concave areas, etc.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's.
you know.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, it would be tough to figure out what the sculpt's supposed to look like in this version. Like this captures it though.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's really cool.
A lot of people may not think about it from the design phase, or even if you do, people may not realize that paring something down is so much harder
Yeah.
than you ever imagined that it will be.
Yeah, exactly. And the original models that I have are crazy. It's like he's got. I mean, they're really cool, but you know, we originally had like a matte finish, and we had these big shoes that came like bigger boots, and I like this better because it's more streamlined, and I like the design better. But if you look at some of the original stuff that we did, those are some of the comments that Lucas made, which really, you know, their direction really helped to make it a better product.
Oh, that's cool.
And it works better as well. So it was cool. So
That's a great type of relationship to build.
George, if you're watching, thank you.
He gets
does he
together
watch Toy
with
Break too?
Quentin Tarantino and
Yeah.
John Travolta, and they'll hang out and watch Toy Break.
And then sometimes he hangs out with Sam Jackson, and they talk shit
Totally
about
separate.
They talk
And he's
shit
like,
about
yeah,
Toy
I
Break.
hate that show.
He acts like he doesn't like it in front of Sam Jackson. I don't know why. Shall we do some blind box?
We should do some blind
Let's
box.
do some blind boxes.
Do you guys know what time it is? Blind box time! What do we have today, George?
Today we have E.T.
Which one do you want?
Oh man,
This
Okay,
is
so
a
first you have to pick which
foil pack collectible.
I feel like we should try to hand them off. You know.
Who are the, it's NECA and WizKids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, how cool is that one?
These were provided by 3D Retro because we could not find them anywhere.
We couldn't, we looked.
We tried. I heard they were in Target, but we never saw
Yeah,
them.
apparently they were in like the dollar section
Really?
at Target, but not so sure. So
They
which
look
ET
cool
do you
on the
want?
Have you guys opened these before?
No.
Not yet.
Which one do you want?
All right, I either want
I think they-
cross-dressing one or the drunken one with the shirt on.
This is the one that's like the least, like, to me, I don't remember this as much as these, right?
He was
Right.
that was when
Like
he
the
was.
Does he have a
basket
beer
was
bottle though,
iconic.
or?
Probably, right? No, he doesn't. It doesn't look like.
It's probably a walkie-talkie now.
That's when he was drunk, though. That's
Yeah.
funny.
But I mean, the basket is so iconic. But the ghost,
ghost.
the ghost is the best.
I gotta go for the main
Classic?
The main one. Let's go
Okay.
classic.
Do it. Oh, I don't have the. Oh.
Score?
I
This
was
is a
gonna say,
good
I
one.
could
That's a
trade
good-
with you
oh,
then.
Oh, this
I
is
got
a-
that one
You guys got the same one?
too. We did.
Odd
which
man out.
means-
Man, the detail on these is pretty good. Look at the paint.
These are taken.
I bet
No.
this is NECA, right? That's that, I said
Yeah,
that.
WizKids.
I bet you they just shrunk down their action figure because they have an action figure that looks really good.
Really?
This is 2012 WizKids NECA. Really? How am I not? How are these only making it around now?
Uh-oh,
They've been
somebody
sitting
broke
in
theirs.
storage.
They're good. They're good. Pops back in. Yeah,
So-
detail's cool.
So I heard they were in Target. So if you're near a Target, go check it out. If not, I'm sure you can find them online at different retailers. I like him
I
in
like
his
it.
little
Let me see that
basket.
guy.
Yeah,
He
check
has a
him out.
clear fingertip,
Oh,
he
wow.
does.
so it could be a little glowy.
Cute. How long has it been?
Those are little details that most people wouldn't do.
I actually kind of like that you pulled him off because like this guy doesn't need a base.
He really doesn't need a
He's
base.
in a basket.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
need to be on.
You need to get one of those little bikes that Jax
He needs
makes.
a vase because of the legal lines.
Yeah,
That's it.
Absolutely.
Actually, no. They
You
could
can
have
put
just
it
done
on
the legal
there.
lines there.
Yeah.
I would have removed the base, personally.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
You totally did.
That's how
It's a
we
good
would
one.
have done it. It's cool.
I like you. Oh, I just want to hug you, E.T.
I'm getting one of those little bikes and putting them on the front.
I think you should. I think that would be adorable.
Where's Elliot at?
It's been so long since I've seen
Nobody
E.T.
wants Elliot, apparently.
Elliot. When was the
Alright.
last time you saw E.T.? It's been years for me.
Where's the giant ET? You guys didn't.
We don't
buy
have that
one,
one.
huh?
No, we have giant
I do
turtles.
want. There is an old
saw
one
the
though.
turtle.
There is an old ET. It's like a laundry basket, I think. It's a
Tracy has it.
It's a big.
No?
It's a big one. I would love to have that. I've seen it online, and it's hundreds of dollars.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
you saw it in person, didn't you?
I don't know.
At Tracy's?
Those old
I don't
plush from ET. One of my favorite original toy memories was that ET. Not the furry one. There was 2 ET plush dolls out there that came out in like '81. One was vinyl, like a pleather.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and then the other one was like a total like it looked like a
Almost
wampa
like a
mixed
Wookiee,
with
like
it was very interesting.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, and I had the other one, but it was really cool. It was one of my favorite. But after, 10 years, 15 years, it starts to weather
Matte.
and things like that.
It's all matted down. Can't do anything. Aw. They like each other.
It's cool.
All right, should we do a quick review?
One review. Since we've already reviewed so many toys today, we're just going to do one other one.
Well, we have a guest, and he's interesting to talk to.
And he has toys to show.
our favorite
So this
kind.
is we had the zombies on.
Yes, create your own zombie.
Which I believe this is the same company, if I'm
EMC.
not mistaken. And this is create your own superhero. So this one doesn't come with any of the paints like the zombie kit did. But if you bought the zombie kit, you've already got the paints.
Or you could go to the
Customizable,
store and get paint.
customizable action figure. Make your own superhero. If you've always wanted to design your
Does that
own.
mix and match parts on it, or?
I don't
let's-
think so. So there was a male and a female. I believe they were $15 when they were when they first came out, which I think was earlier this year, perhaps. But I actually found this one on sale on ThinkGeek for like $4.95. So I was like, I kind of want to check it out for $4.95.
It's a very generic, just
Oh,
the cape's a little heavy. Very generic male figure. To just make actually, I mean, if you're a cosplay guy and you like dress up as some superhero, like paint your guy, like make your own.
That's
Here you
kinda
go.
cool.
You get your own action
these are
figure.
his like hands.
All right.
Oh, it's very like stiff.
So it looks like it says the figure surface is unfinished, unprimed plastic. Surface will take standard enamel-based model kit paint immediately. Surface will first need to be primed if users prefer water-based paints, such as like hobby miniatures. All right.
What about like cell vinyl?
I don't think I would use an enamel. I feel weird painting a figure in an enamel.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Some people.
It's
would
cool that
probably
they
enjoy
give you
it,
all this,
They tell
Information,
you.
yeah.
because
'cause-
when I first looked at this, I was like, how do I paint this?
We actually get that question quite a bit online. People ask about like, hey, I have this figure. How do I customize it? And we're like, oh, try this and this and this. And it's nice to actually have some details on the package.
Yeah, like
Scan it, slap it on your website. There you go.
Exactly.
when I was little, I painted one of my muscle men. But
no.
I painted them with the only other things I painted when I was a kid were car model kits.
Yeah, models.
So I had those little testers,
Yeah.
enamels or whatever,
Yeah.
and it, of course, never dried. It was enamel paint on a PVC figure, and so like
Destroyed that
it just sat on my Ninja Turtle shelf, like gathering dust, getting sticky, like stickier
yeah.
and stickier over time. Like I was so sad.
Man, you wanted to paint over the original pink muscle figure?
I wanted to paint one like Shredder because he had a Shredder look to him. So I made
think I
one
know
of
who
my
you're talking
I
about.
made one of my muscles into a Shredder.
Oh, nice.
Got a big
Nice.
smudge on him.
Who cares? You're painting it.
Well, I'm not.
It probably just came from the package. So again, I don't know if we saw it. This is a ThinkGeek exclusive, so you can get this over at thinkgeek.com.
It's interesting. The joint, just basic joints. They're actually pretty loose. Like they'll stay. Not as stiff as I would like them in my figures. I don't know. It would be a fun gift for somebody like you said, like a cosplayer or something.
Or like I think this is probably more for
Kids.
younger kids. Yeah, like if little kids to get them have a little activity to do.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like Dad's customizing his action figures, and you can customize this.
Yeah, I don't think like the average collector is gonna want this as the
Rock pose.
quality of the figure isn't up to like collectors type people.
Yeah.
Look at those.
He's almost like he's got a bobblehead. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. And
cool.
again,
I wonder if it has
$4.95 for
why.
this.
Yeah.
They probably have different heads you can get, and because they like that zombie one, the heads came off and the hands
Was the same body
came off.
or same?
The zombie
limbs,
one
or-
had different. It was all zombied out,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was. But it does come with a couple sets
There
of
was a
hands.
DIY.
Yeah.
It was all painting. Okay.
Also good for like fodder. Just I need some.
Yeah, you want to
Hands or
sculpt your own action
torsos or,
figure, like sculpt it right
Yeah.
on top of
start.
that.
It's a good start, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right,
Got to start somewhere.
All right.
done.
Something
done.
interesting to find. So again, I found that on ThinkGeek. Who knows where else?
What'd you pay for this?
$4.95.
That's fine. That's worth $4.95.
Plus $10 shipping.
Well, I was already buying it. Plus, you just order enough that you get free shipping. It's fine. Order some
they do that too?
steins. I think you do over 75 gets
Oh, awesome.
free shipping. Order some steins. Order some Harry Potter pants. Whatever.
Nice.
Not that I'm wearing ThinkGeek all the time.
I love Think. ThinkGeek's a good guy. They're good guys over there.
They are. I really like their products. I like what they do. I like the companies they support.
Yep. Me too.
Kind of sounds like we're all
Buy Pulp Fiction.
right. Do we want to do anything? I think we should probably wrap this
I
up.
think we could
It's
wrap it
been-
up. That seemed like a lot of
All
stuff.
right.
We could do more if you want, but...
No, we're okay.
Very
We
cool.
do.
All right, let's end this. Wrap it up, Aileen.
All right, yes. You guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the show notes at toybreak.com. You can get links to Beeline Creative. You can get links to all the cool stuff that we were talking about. You can watch past episodes. You can support the show by clicking on the Amazon link. You can call and leave us a voicemail by calling 818-AM-I-GOOD. You can email us, info@toybreak.com. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/toybreak. You can subscribe to all of our shows. You can do that all at youtube.com/toybreak. You can follow us at Toybreak. You can follow me at Aileen Gaspar.
At Couch Grouch or at George Gaspar on Twitter.
And
Beeline Creative.
perfect. Do you have a personal one you want to throw out?
Beeline Creative.
Perfect. I love it.
Beeline Creative.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brandon, thank you so much for
Thanks
taking
for
the
having
time
me,
to
guys. I
come
appreciate
over.
it. Yeah, it's been fun.
When
Yeah.
you have some more, I mean, this is we went over a
Definitely.
lot of product, but when you have more line, because you said you had some licenses you were
We
kind
have
of working
some.
on.
Yeah, I'd love
Maybe-
to come back. It'd be awesome.
BeelineCreative.com.
One more time.
BeelineCreative.com.
Gotta say it like 3 times in a row. Right?
BeelineCreative.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Same toy time, same toy channel. Bye.
Quick, the cops are coming. Get out.